Hey, hello everybody. So I never thought I'd be making this video, but I think I'm actually going to keep adding to the cave here. I think I am actually going to take all this apart that I built, I think in 2023. And I think I'm actually going to redo all of it, to be honest with you. I feel like I need more space, and I'd like to be able to have a live streaming station built into the wall or somewhere that can, capture my plasma cutting and all that. And I currently don't have that. So I think honest to God, I think I'm actually going to take all this apart and just start over, because when I built like all this, I had very, very minimal supplies. I had like maybe 6 pallets, 2 of which are on the ceiling, another 2 which are on the wall, and the other 2 which are on the wall. And I had just some 2x4s, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I built this with very, very bare amount of materials. And, even just right now, I have as much windows that could cover this whole wall. I have, 1 door, I got 2 doors, tons of panels, more spare wood over here. And then on the other side, I got tons of wood just waiting to be used under here to keep these fridges off the ground. And then even if that's not enough, I got more windows over here, which could take up like a whole freaking wall piece. So, and that's not even all my windows. I have more at the restaurant currently in Berlin. So I also have these 2 pieces of wood, which haven't even been cut yet. They're brand new, ready to be used. So I have like all this wood now that I just haven't, I haven't needed for anything. So I might just seriously take all this apart. I also have another fan too, which is just killing me that I haven't used yet because it's been sitting out here in the rain for like the last year or two. I have this fan, which is basically just a smaller version of the one I have out there. But just like to use it, you know what I'm saying? I also have this piece of wood on top of here. So I have all these supplies and all this stuff that I just haven't utilized. It's just sitting out here rotting. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just because I had that door originally right here. You can see where it was, clicking into. So I had it mounted on this beam going into here, and whenever I opened the door, it was opening inward, which kind of sucked. What the hell is that sound? Oh, it must be an engine. So it was opening inward, which sucked because when I opened this door, this one would already be open. So it was very congested. Now, yes, I technically could flip the door or flip the hinges and have it go outward like this into this hallway here. But that still doesn't really solve my problem. And also, I don't really want a door right here and be able to just work in this tiny little square of space. It's not enough. It's very hard to carry big pieces in here. If I'm carrying, let's say the whole abdomen, I need to be able to carry that whole thing, through here and, do all the welding and plasma cutting. So I've just been thinking about it. And, as much as I worked really hard on this whole addition of my shit, it took me, I think a good month or 2 to make this. It was also with very spare parts, and I had to wait on some of these parts. So now that I have an abundance of them, I might just redo the whole thing in hopefully maybe a day. I don't know. If I wake up super early tomorrow, get a head start on it, there's a chance that I could do it in a day. But I don't know. I'm not really satisfied with it anymore. These parts are all still very good. They're all very fresh still. So, they have very little wear and tear. I could definitely reuse them, reuse pieces even like this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Building this suit, I want people to be able to watch the entire process front to back, the whole thing. Very similar to kind of what I did with this, except on a whole different level. When I have my live stream, I want to be able to mount my phone, out here and be able to show the plasma cutting, that would be just super awesome. And right now, the only mounting spot I have was right here. But the problem is that it's a little too close, and I really don't want my cameras that close, because if, let's just say, one spark, I don't know, throws off my sensor or whatever, my cameras are ruined. So I need them to be far away and also close enough to see the whole process. So I think I'm just going to do it. I think I'm just going to, bite the bullet and just take all this apart and start over. It kind of sucks, but I have a great foundation here. I got tons of parts, so I think I'm just going to do it really quick and see what happens. So this is, I don't even know what part of building the cave, but I'm going to continue off the last series. So Now we're in 2025, and we're going to do some upgrades in the cave.